This is USPSA Practical Shooting, the fastest action shooting sport on the planet. Born from real-world practical marksmanship training, the run-and-gun format challenges mind, body, and equipment alike. The talent pool at the top of the sport includes such legendary names as Jerry Michalak, Rob Latham, Todd Jarrett, Doug Koenig, and USPSA President Michael Voigt. The competition at this level dictates that the shooters, as well as their equipment, be highly tuned and refined, with endless training and countless hours on the gunsmith's bench combined to shave tenths of seconds off stage times. Keep in mind that every shooter has to start somewhere, and the best place to start is at the local club level. There are USPSA shooting clubs in all 50 states, and all clubs are oriented to get the new shooters started on the right track. Also keep in mind that this sport is not just for the guys. Ladies, as well as juniors, are welcomed at all USPSA clubs and matches. Local USPSA clubs hold qualifier matches to get each competitor a classification. So this structure ensures that shooters will always compete against other shooters of equal skill. So a D-class or novice shooter will always shoot against other D-class shooters. The same is true for C, B, A, Master, and Grandmaster competitors. Most shooters already have the equipment needed to get started in USPSA shooting. Almost any handgun with a caliber of 9mm or greater, a belt and holster that covers the trigger guard, and 4 magazines or speed loaders if you choose a revolver. The real message here is that depending on the division you choose, it is not necessary to spend thousands of dollars to participate in USPSA shooting. And no matter how new you are to shooting, there will be other shooters of your skill level to compete with.
One of the perceptions that we had on USPSA shooting was we were the high-dollar, must-have $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 gun in order to operate. Never has been true, but the perception was there. And one of the things that we looked at is the 1911 standard pistol and the Glock-style pistols, the double-action guns. Those are the 2 biggest selling guns in the country for sure, and throughout the world. So we looked at it, and we really didn't have a place for those guns to compete on a good basis.
Most of these guns fall into the production gun division, but there are other divisions for the 1911 style guns with open sights, the limited and the limited 10.
Our basic rules for the sport, the limited 10 is anything that's legal and limited is legal in limited 10 with the restriction on 10 rounds in the magazine. Other than that, pretty much anything goes, no scopes, no compensators, and have a good day. The production gun is based on a different series of guns. We call them a safe action gun or double action gun. Glocks, SIGs, Springfield XDs. And then our other division is a revolver division, which has that big silly round thing in the middle of it, goes round and round.
In the hands of world champion Jerry Michalak, the revolver definitely goes round and round, but is anything but silly. The revolver division is another avenue for new shooters to try USPSA shooting with hardware already in the collection.
First of all, you have to focus on the sights, you have to have your basics, and it's a little bit more involved breaking down a course because we're the limited 6 division. We've got 6 rounds. We can't go 10 rounds and reload or 15, 20 rounds and reload. We've got to do 6, and course designers don't always set it up so that 6 is an easy number.
Now, with all that said, a new shooter may want to take advantage of new technology, compensators, and red dot optics to gain an edge on the competition and the course of fire. Then the open division may be for you.
For the open class, it's just about bring whatever you can to the line. If you can drag it up there, you're good to go. There are almost no rules in the open class other than caliber, which is 3.55 diameter, 9mm. That's the smallest diameter you can shoot for a bullet. And the magazines cannot be over 170 millimeters long. Other than that, that's about it.
All right, now you have the open gun, but what about your tactical shotgun and your AR-based rifle. Well, the USPSA is dedicated to the idea that if you own it, you should shoot it. So this would be 3 guns.
The whole concept and the reason why the international organization and our national organization is behind the 3-gun is we do have so many of these firearms available. For the most part, shotguns are used for sporting plays, trap and skeet, and this gives them another avenue to go out and use the guns on. We've got a lot of people shoot birds in the air. That's all fun, but that's normally a 2-shot game. And once we get out here and you start knocking down plates and poppers and the different targets that we have, shooting slugs, it puts quite a bit of different dynamics in it. So, we've got a lot of innovations that happen out of that, sighting systems and the different gun modifications. But it really is a sport for everybody to come out. A lot of the local clubs are holding either additional events with their pistol matches or separate events for long gun for this. So it's quite neat.
Neat indeed. But what about scoring? Well, it is the hit factor formula that rates each shooter's performance at all USPSA matches. Troy McManus explains.
The way we score is Comstock scoring, which is the points you shot on the targets divided by the time you shot it in. And basically your hit factor works out to be points per second. That number is then taken and graded on a curve, so to speak. It's statistically normalized against the guy that shot the highest hit factor, and we derive match points from there. But if you shoot a good hit factor, you're pretty much going to be in the top on the stage.
So that's it, the most extreme shooting sport in the world, but structured to get new shooters involved and up to speed. So how do you get involved? Simple. From the internet, go to www.uspsa.com and follow the link to find a local club in your area. They will be glad to have you. And then, get out to shoot.